All right, welcome everyone to episode 16, Salty Sports Show. Um, I'm in pain, so I'll let Link take it away from here.
Yeah. If you at the time of our recording, the Braves just beat the Dodgers in Game 6, 2-4, and Atlanta's now on their way to the World Series. First time since '99. So it's been a while. The Braves have finally got over the hump. You know, all of the divisional round eliminations in the 2000s and 2010s. Last year's 3-1 choking in the NLCS to the Dodgers. We finally got over the hump, and now we're gonna go play for a World Series. I am ecstatic right now. It was. I got as a Braves fan, there were I couldn't say I was not worried throughout this entire game or just the entire series in general, just based off last year. And in Game 5, after Game 5, which the Dodgers just completely destroyed Atlanta, it was Game 6 was like life or death for me because if we lost Game 6, I didn't have to watch Game 7 to figure out what was going to happen. But man, what a great series to watch! And let's just go ahead and get a shout out to Eddie Rosario. Excellent in LCS. He played lights out. I think he was tied for the most. I think it was the most hits in a league championship series. I think he tied with 14 with pretty sure Pujols in 04 and a couple other guys I don't remember, but he played exceptionally well. Austin Riley got the first score of the game off that ground rule double. It was very fun. I am 100% I can't really put it into words because I've never seen my team make the World Series. Like I said, it was in '99. I was born after that. It's wild. I got really nervous, however, when Luke Jackson entered the game and immediately gave up 3 hits. No, I think it was a walk and 2 hits and an earned run. But Snicker did the right thing. He put in Tyler Magic, and he just went off. He struck out. I think he struck out 4, gave up no hits. Yeah, this is especially with how how this team was going into the All-Star break around the 500 mark. And with we weren't even first in the division. I'm pretty sure New York was still first at that time. And to see what's the crazy part? The outfield that started tonight's game didn't even start on opening day. That's how how much this team has drastically changed since March. From injuries and just shenanigans, it's been a wild ride, and hopefully it ends with our team winning the World Series, the first since '95. I'm so nervous, but I don't care. I'm just happy to see my team play for the big one. But y'all interject because it's a nice monologue.
This is pretty big. They've been through a lot. They haven't been through as much, but they didn't really go into the year with the greatest. Everyone kind of just expects them to win the division, but even most people I think thought the Mets were going to win it this year, because they got Lindor and everything, and the Braves. They got Morton, but they put a respectable roster out there. I think everyone thought they were going to win, but not like a world beating thing or anything. It was just kind of playing a poor division. And everyone's kind of struggling around the deadline, and they went out and they got all these outfielders. They got 4 of them to be exact, and all of them just played tremendously well. Rosario was terrible in Cleveland, and his season stats ended, pretty modestly, or offensively at least. Jock, did just Jock things in Atlanta. Kind of started the playoffs on the bench, but he contributed bigly. I think
October never ends.
Yes, sir. The Milwaukee series is huge. Soler. was incredible. He had like that 150 WRC plus stretch. Never forgetting that was unbelievable. And then Duvall was really solid too. So they rode those guys, and even with Acuna out, who's easily their best player, easily the main reason they're winning. They they just carried a lot of respectable performances with them, and they just were able to ride Morton breaking out. Anderson continued a respectable season. They just had a lot going for them, and I mean the playoffs are just all about who gets hot, and Eddie Rosario got hot, and they're top of their really all their bats. I mean the lineup doesn't stand out to you, but everyone did their part and did what they had to do, and
Austin
that's just
Riley,
enough really to make the World Series.
Austin Riley played exceptionally well.
Oh yeah. I forgot about Riley. I always forget about Riley. Yeah, Riley was great this year as well. I don't think anyone saw.
What?
No one thought he was good, but
and that's not on just offense too. Like in LCS, he played he had some really good plays on defense. That was kind of like his biggest weakness going into it. But he played. He made zero mistakes. The entire defense didn't make any. There were no errors throughout this entire series for Atlanta.
Yeah, that's impressive. And because their defense as a team too is really not that strong. I mean, like Albies is good. Albies really good. Freeman obviously Gold Glover. Swanson's decent. But I mean, ultimately, that outfield without Acuna has its defensive lapses. Riley is decent, I'd say. I mean, he got better this year. But he wasn't. He's not like a world-beating defender or anything. So they have holes, but they just got a lot done, and making zero errors is just really impressive for them. It's good for them. Riley's just good for Riley too, man, because he deserves it. Like I remember, like before the season started, when I was talking about because thinking I thought the Cubs were going to 2021 as a definite sell year. So I was like, who could we get for Brian? Riley said that to me. I was like, feels like a guy the Cubs could rebuild with, and just ride out his struggles and see if something good comes out of it. And something good came out of it, all right. I'll tell you that much. So definitely need to trade him. But yeah, this team is very strong. It is very strong in the playoffs, and we have to obviously keep in mind that playoff performance. That this playoff performance, so they are kind of overperforming. I think what everyone thought they would perform at. But at the end of the day, they're doing really well in the playoffs, and those tend to carry on. So we'll see. I think they could give Houston a little bit of a. Well, I might be getting too far ahead of myself, but I do think they carry on eventually.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, from the Dodgers end of things, this is like the most disgraceful, and I mean disgraceful postseason elimination I've seen out of this team.
Yeah, they really went all in this year, at numerous different times, that off season included.
And I mean,
they really
I mean it when I say that this is more embarrassing than the fucking Nationals loss was, and it takes a lot for that to be top. Big thing here was that when backs against the wall, runners in scoring position, just always left something on the table. Pitching decisions awful. Just putting guys on short rest the entire series. What are we doing? It just felt like there was nothing there, and just all the missed opportunities. I mean, seventh inning, just leaving two men on second and third with 3 outs. Putting Steven Souza Jr. in of all people to pinch hit so many times.
Oh, that was disgrace. Was he the only one on the left on the bench?
No, they could have.
Who was that? Who was there?
They could have put Lux in. They could have been some other guys in. I'm not sure Pujols was in quite yet.
Nah, Pujols had the previous.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Pujols' at bat wasn't that bad. Not a good result, but that was a good
Pujols. You had to understand that moment. He's the lefty killer. That's what they signed him to be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the spot.
I'm not too mad about what Pujols did. What pissed me off was Souza and Mookie. Those two at bats were pathetic.
Oh yeah, no, Mookie especially. Honestly, you expect so much more out of him. Souza's terrible. I didn't think he'd do anything, but I mean, Betts, you got to do more than that
He
movie. Come
had to
on.
deliver there. The fact that he just didn't deliver there is like insane to me.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like, man. I mean, like, the fact of the matter was, from our point of view, is that there's a lot of things that pissed me off. I mean, Roberts just overusing the arms. I mean, this one's kind of a cope, but the fact that we didn't have home field, that fucking pissed me off.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous. Yeah, those some of their rules are just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
Like,
I mean, there's a new
no, yeah.
CBA coming up, but like, oh my god, they need to fix the playoff format because there's no way that a 100 win team should um have to go through a fucking wild card game and not get home field when they have like a infinitely better record.
Yeah, exactly.
You
It's
know,
just
you
ridiculous.
could say this. However, y'all lost 2 out of your 3 home games that series.
No, we took two out of three.
Oh, y'all did? But
Yeah, yeah, we lost game 4, but we won 3 and
Yeah,
5.
because the Braves won them all at home. Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot how weird the format is. Like it's 3. It's like the home field thing. It's not like it's like hockey where it's 2-2, 1-1-1. It's like 2-3-2. It's weird.
I mean, ultimately, the Dodgers, the playoff formatting issue is an issue with the Dodgers because you're going to look back. We look back on this in 20 years. We're just going to look at the Braves being like high 80s win team and being in the World Series. We're not going to be like, man, Braves got so lucky that they traded for all these guys and they killed it. And the Dodgers, like, that's their playoff formatting, et cetera, et cetera. Like the Braves completely deserve this, but the Dodgers, they were just caught in such a terrible situation because the CBA rules. Like they're really location heavy, and usually they don't hurt you that badly because usually you don't have multiple 110 win teams in one division. But when you do, such as this year, in those rare cases, they really stick out like a sore thumb. So it's definitely something CBA should address. I don't know if they will, but
there was also the NL
we can
Central
hope.
in 2015. That was a shit show and a half.
Yeah, that was something else too. Oh
No one
boy,
hit 100 wins, but there were 3 that were like knocking on the door for it. Which, I mean, yeah,
like that's why I was so pissed we got swept by the Mets, bro. Like we should have like the rest of the NL was such a joke. Well, no, you guys were good because Greinke, Kershaw that year, oh my god, what a tandem.
that was
But like
dirty.
the
But
Mets,
we were never gonna beat the Cubs if we made it there, though.
yeah, I know. I thought the Cubs were just gonna steamroll everyone. Once we beat the Pirates and the Cardinals, I was like, we're good. We're easily beating Kansas City. We got this.
Yeah.
But
But
I don't know. I don't know
spend
if
too
it's
much
just
time
like
talking about 15, but
look, I
I
can't
don't know.
blame the
It could
loss on the
be biased,
format.
but like
I can't blame the loss on the format, but what I could say is that it needs to change. That's
yeah,
it.
I can't blame you.
I don't know. I could be biased, whatnot, but like home field or not, I mean, over 100 win team should beat a team that won about over 80
Oh
games.
no, the Braves won this. Like they won this. Like this. Like there's no doubt in anyone's mind about that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the Braves like got lucky because of like home field and whatnot. No, I'm just saying that going forward that should be changed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people are gonna troll the Braves like relentlessly, like the Astros enforce it, but like
But
they deserve it. They deserve
to
it. They
me,
deserve
it's
it.
just with the Dodgers. Look, I get it. We didn't deserve it this time around. We got outplayed. Our depth was stretched very thin. It wasn't going our way. That's just how it is. It wasn't the year that happens. I get it. The Braves definitely were the better team in the series. The only thing that being said, I would just like to see it going forward be adjusted. I'm not going to complain
Yeah,
about it now. We probably still would have lost. I'm just saying that going forward, I I want to see something different.
I get it. That's how Tampa fans like felt after the having to go play on the road against 7-9 Washington this past year. I get that.
Yeah. The NFL is kind of wild. I mean, it's its own beast, and I can agree to it with that. But the NFL is it's still radically different just because the sample size is the regular season, like the disparity there. But that's like a discussion for another day.
One thing I'm kind of pondering right now is we're like thinking as I'm just thinking about the Dodgers, like we're talking about, the playoff formatting thing, and it really is like thank God we have the playoffs, man, because the Dodgers on paper in baseball are they're like a monopoly. They really are. Like they're the closest thing baseball has to one. Like they have impact like everywhere. They're impeccable. They have such they have so much money. They have such a great development staff. And they have such a great front office. They have such a great coaching staff. Such a great team. I mean, they're just everything works out. And like a lot this year, like they had like a start of the year, May, Kershaw, Bauer, all these guys did not sniff the postseason for various reasons. So they went out and got Scherzer, but like still they're working with 3 starters going into it, and it could have been a lot worse. I mean, they really had like this year, they had like 6 really great starters, maybe 7. I don't know. We can't do math this late at night, but they had like such a great team going for them, and it really like thank God we have these 7-game sample sizes where each team has more of a chance to win. Like it gives the Nationals or the Braves, a shot to ride their hot streaks out. And the Dodgers, though, their time will shine eventually. I have no doubt they'll win a World Series at some point or another. But it's just this. Thank God we have that. Otherwise, I'd be hopeless for any team. For if I was a fan of any team's future, really.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's model is the Dodgers, and when your model is the Dodgers, then the Dodgers already have years ahead of you. So yeah.
Yeah. I guess just talking about the World Series itself.
Yeah, what happened on like
Oh, I guess
the
we need.
AL side? Because
Yeah.
we've been talking about the
Oh
national.
yeah. Well, it's just because it happened to them, man. You got.
Yeah, but like we should give
Yeah.
props
Fair
to
enough.
The Red
the
Sox
Astros
really.
for
No, I gotta give my props to the Red Sox first because everyone knew the Astros were gonna be good this year. Like I was not surprised at all they made it to the World Series, but the Red Sox making it this far, really, really gotta give them props because like they've had guys struggle this year. Sale was out. Erod's ERA was terrible, or pretty mediocre. But they had a lot of guys step up. Like before, the band they had like Richards was doing pretty well, Pavetta doing pretty well. Hauk I don't know how to say his name is doing pretty well. They had a lot of guys step up, but of course offensively, like Kike was insane. The whole season he was just extremely good, and they got him for next to nothing. He was like an end of the offseason guy, kind of just like, oh, he'll fit the role. Won't be great or anything. But it really proved a lot of people wrong, and I don't think they didn't win 107. They didn't win like a ton of games like the Giants in triple digits, or anything. But like they made it a respectable distance in their division, and they made it to the championship series after they really cooled down in the regular season. Like the Yankees almost caught up to them. So, you do that, major props to them. I think they'll be even better next year, honestly. And I think they're doing really well. They're in a great spot. But the Astros, someone else talk about the Astros. I don't want
Man,
to, unless someone wants
I
to talk
was
about the Red
kind of
Sox.
big on the Astros going into this year. I had some questions about their pitching, but I had like no doubt that if they prove it in the playoffs, they have it in them. They just have to prove it, and they did. Generational hitting team performance. Just a lot of very impressive. Just very impressive performances all across the board. You got um Carlos Correa playing for his big money and also playing one last time for Houston potentially. You got Tucker who's having an amazing year. Gurriel has been great. Just I mean, so much quality. I mean, then Yordan Alvarez, man, best designated hitter in baseball. Just so there's nothing that you can't really. There's nothing really you can't say about their hitting core. I mean, that pitching isn't the best in the world, but if your hitting is as talented as Houston's is this year, who cares?
You can really feel like, oh, sorry, like, oh, I don't want to hijack you. I'll just speak on this real quick. You can really feel how much of a veteran team they are in the playoffs. Like, they know they've been there before and they know they can get there, even with, like, their pitching staff ballers and going to, like, Framber and Luis Garcia and not the, like, superimposing names or anything, but, like, good players. But, like, you can, like, they really, every player on their team feels like they're there again, which is a rare thing. Because like even at the Sox game, like they kept their composure and I mean they're like that experience that must have been ruthless. Just having to have those like having to have the cheating scandal like weigh down upon you by 40,000 people. And I'm not saying they do deserve it, but I'm just saying it's got to be hell to do that and to go in there and put up 6-run, 10-run performance, and then win it there. I mean, it really sets the tone, and they definitely did against Boston, and that's probably what's going to be Atlanta's trickiest thing to play against is kind of figuring out how to overpower that.
Yeah.
If like Dodgers series was the perfect example of playoff intensity, then the Astros Red Sox series was just the October example of the home run derby. Like that was all that series really came down to: who could hit more home runs than the other team. It was wild, dude, and like it really. I mean, that's how it really came down to. I mean, the Boston bats I think they got really slow on Game 5 and 6.
Yeah, they cooled off at the end there.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of insane how the bats on the Red Sox, they went really hot for a minute in that series and then just cooled off, and Houston just took care of them like that. But I guess if we want to go to the World Series itself, what's kind of the predictions here? I'll let anyone who wants to go first go first.
Sorry, so I didn't hear you cut out for me. What did you say?
Talking about the World Series itself, who are you taking here?
Oh, yeah, I'll start, I guess. I mean, it's hard to go against Houston. I feel like Atlanta can pull off a Cinderella victory. Like, I don't really have, like, I wouldn't, like, extremely surprised or anything. But it's just hard to go against Houston. I think Atlanta's going to give them a fight, though. So I think, I could see Houston going get this in 6.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll like that.
I like last year's World Series.
Link, I for your own sake, because I kept doing this, I'll pick against Atlanta again. I mean, also just because I genuinely think Houston's really fucking good.
Yeah.
This is true. However, I am biased.
No, Link, you got to go with the Braves, man. You can't go with Houston.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah,
Waffle House will seize the day, and then the Braves will take the World Series pennant. I say in 7 games, and then nothing. You'll see nothing on your Twitter timeline, but Tiger Woods edits of him in the Braves hat, and that's going to be the new NBA young boy. It was for a while in Braves Twitter, just the picture of Tiger Woods with the Braves hat, and you'll also see like just praising Waffle House. It'll be the greatest. Like, I can't wait for that. Hopefully it happens. That's why I want the Braves to win in 7.
Good place to that. Honestly, it feels like if a team's gonna win it, they'll win it in like less than 7. At least in my eyes, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm like a really conservative 7-game projector.
But then again, it is a Atlanta team going to Houston to play for a league championship. the last time a Atlanta team went to Houston to play for a league championship, 28-3.
Yeah,
Oh god.
looking for some redemption.
So I
And the
said I was
narrative.
gonna pick Houston, but I'm gonna go Astros in 5.
Astros in 6.
World Series MVP is going to be the man that I have been truthing since the start of the year, man. I'm never gonna doubt him. It's gonna be my guy Jordan. My guy Jordan Alvarez.
I can't go with Jordan now, so I have to go with someone like only. You know what? It's always someone you don't never expect. There's always someone you never expect. So it's gonna be, man. Who do you never expect on the Astros though? Like that's the thing. You know what? I think Brantley's gonna do it. He's gonna be riding his daughter said her daddy's really good. He's gonna be riding that, and he's gonna get World Series MVP.
Yeah, Brantley, even though he's a fucking stud, is definitely one of the more low key names on Houston, which just speaks to how good Houston is.
Exactly. Yo, I'm not gonna lie though. Like if Houston wins it, I really hope it's Altuve, just because that'd just be so funny.
That would be funny, yeah.
Like first of all, he deserves redemption. Like I don't care what people will say. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna allow my narratives to season over the off season.
Don't care what any of y'all said. Freeman will win MVP, and there will be a new bill passed in the city of Atlanta that will have the taxpayers pay for a good percent of Freddie Freeman's new contract if he signs with Atlanta.
Dude, wait, why do people say Freddie Freeman's not going back to the Braves? Like, there's literally no chance that dude is leaving Atlanta ever.
Yeah, now that they made the World Series.
Hey man. Freeman is gonna have a meeting with Friedman, and then they're gonna talk about money and term and Hollywood. Yeah.
All right, Salt. Let's not get greedy. You guys are getting shirts.
I want to
okay?
get greedy.
Yeah, with that.
Okay, I want Correa. I want Semien. I want.
You guys are gonna get J-Ram.
I want Javi Baez too. Can you respect my desire for Javi Baez at least?
I can respect your desire for El Mago.
Yes. Dude, Baez. Dude, I feel like Baez is like such an. This is gonna be a hot take. I feel like he might age better than Seager, low key.
Yeah, that certainly is a hot take. I will not lie.
I mean, Seager.
It just depends on like how quickly he loses his athleticism. Because once he loses his athleticism, he's fried.
Dude, Seager is so injury prone though.
Yeah, Seager is kind of injury prone, and he's a second baseman. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. But whatever. I mean.
But I guess we'll go to football now, where I'm not miserable. I think we're well.
Dude, no football this week. I domed. I only got 2 wrong on my like week prediction list. This is like a pretty slam dunk week, but even like my like on the fence ones, I was like hit the nail on the head. Except for Link's team, this dumbass Titans fucking beating the Bills. But other than that, I was kicking some ass.
All right. I mean, I guess we'll just start. So I believe. Let me just go through the games from last week. Of course, there was also another Thursday night game this week that happened. Broncos-Browns. We're recording on Saturday. Browns won without Baker. We're just gonna go through that quickly, and yeah, I mean, but anyways, first off, Bucks beat the Eagles on Thursday night. I guess we all really expected it. Nothing really changing here, but the big one, London, the Jaguars, and the losing streak beat the Dolphins.
Yo, I knew the Jags were ending that losing streak, bro. Like the Dolphins are in such a bad spot right now. Like they're gonna trade for Watson, I guess, so it'll get better. But they're in such a bad spot. I know the Jags are too, but the Jags have nothing to lose. The Dolphins are just crippled by like literally everything going on right now. This is the Jags' time to shine. This is my doubt, dude. I'm so happy.
They still haven't won in America since 2019. Do not care.
Yeah, well,
last year. No.
Sadly, my week predictions don't say week wins in America. They say week wins wherever. So
do not care.
I don't care.
I'll say this, man. Still bad. On the prediction pool somewhere else, I picked the Jags, but I think I picked Miami in our when we're recording here, which kind of sucks. But man, the Dolphins had a lot of key injuries. Of course, they did have Tua back, but the Jaguars just took care of business, surprisingly. Urban Meyer got a really ballsy play at the end. They got a field goal. The tying field goal was kind of crazy. It looked like it was gonna miss, but they still got it. Got the next one for the win. I didn't watch much of the game because I was asleep, as it was a fairly early game. But I mean, Trevor has his first win. Urban Meyer has his first win, and oh boy, for Tua, man, he is throwing the ball short. It's pretty obvious that the Dolphins, and I would say rightfully so, don't trust him to chucking down the field every once in a while.
Yeah.
And
That
He may very well be on his way out by like next 2 episodes. So
yeah, there's a.
I keep that in mind.
I guess right now there it is a crisis kind of moment for them. You talk about Tua's limitations. Jalen Waddle, who should be a very good deep threat, isn't being utilized as a deep threat because of his quarterback's limitations. In uh you have in the case of just the team being 1-5, they don't have their own pick. Desperate times come for desperate measures. Chris Greer is probably on the hot seat, messing up the 2020 draft as bad as he did. I mean, the Dolphins are definitely one of, if not the most disappointing team to start the season. Because at least with a team
And dude,
like
our preseason record predictions are so fried. It's not funny.
I remember we all had. Did we all have Miami like getting the last wild card?
I think
Maybe I did. I know.
no.
I don't remember.
I
I
think
think I had him. I forgot I had him get like 9 or 10 wins or something. I think I
think
said.
me and Steven did, and you just went like, nah, fuck the Dolphins. Indy's coming back to the playoffs.
That is
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's how it went.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude,
I have to
we're all
rewatch that.
looking like geniuses going with the Chargers breakout though. So
Yeah, that was a dome. That was a dome.
that was a domer.
We gotta respect Herbert.
But
We were all on that.
man, are the Dolphins in a very atrocious situation, and we'll see what happens. But dude, it makes me sick that they're considering Watson.
Yeah, I know.
But that
We
situation,
shouldn't be playing anymore, but he
yeah,
will. So
That's that's desperation. That's like I
I
don't
wouldn't
know.
say it's desperation because it's like a gifted on a silver platter move statistically. Like Kyler to the Cardinals after Rosen was terrible, but
I get that.
like I hate Watson. Kyler was a respectable athlete, although he would have been better in baseball, bro. He would have been like the next Aaron Judge, but yeah, no, Watson's just an asshole. But I don't want to get too enamored in Watson right now. I'm just not going to do that. So we could, I feel like, I mean, we can move on if unless anyone wants to talk about the Dolphins collapse. So you got to link your article though. Make sure to
that was more in depth on that. But yeah, their offensive line is in shambles. They're definitely looking at a wasted season, and it's rough in Miami. Definitely very disappointing, and I think we may be looking at them cleaning house again soon.
Yeah, I could see it.
Bleh. Definitely, I think this is the biggest or one of the biggest disappointments of 2021 for the NFL.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like the Dolphins. Like their only win was New
Week
England,
1,
right?
Yeah, New England.
Yeah.
A bit of luck coming in with that fumble too. They could be 0-6 right now if not for that. But I guess we can move on, Steven. The Bears hosted the Packers.
Yeah, no one really expected the Bears to win this. Well, I got really hyped in the first 5 minutes. Okay, first of all, I was sick as hell last weekend. Like, I was like waking up every morning. My voice, I sounded like I was dying. I had a bad cold, and it's better now. Still recovering a little bit, but it's way better. But I was like losing my shit, dude. Like everything in my body hurt so bad, but I was like powering through it. Watching the Bears on TV in those first 5 minutes, it was just so beautiful. Just every like play clicked everything. But then the Packers remember that they're the Packers and they're playing the Bears, so they decided to just torch us again. Even though the officiating in that game was quite bad. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you guys saw some of them, but like they missed a timeout that Fields called. I think they missed a false start play. Oh yeah, they missed like a false start play by the Packers that like kind of caused the whole play to just be like kind of like that, just be like really wonky. I can't remember if it was a neutral zone infraction or I think it was a false start. I think it was a false start.
Yeah.
But there were just some stuff like that was going on. You know, that just fell in the Packers' favor. But even if it didn't, really, the Packers would have won. So it's whatever. Aaron Rodgers was really good. Packers were doing well with what they could. The biggest issue was that Packers fans, dude, the flexes on the interceptions that Fields threw. Like, first of all, these were the most easy interceptions you could possibly get. Dude, you throw me out there as a free safety, I get two interceptions that game. I promise you. And no one is going to be talking about me on Twitter. No Packers fans going to be posting videos of Go Cubs 49 catching Justin Fields picks in the end zone. I'm telling you that much. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, easiest interceptions of all time. That pissed me off so much. But they're really beat up, but they played well and they beat us. So we have a really tough schedule coming up. We got a really tough matchup coming up against the Bucks. So just kind of salvage what you can out of it. Take what you can, learn from the negatives, get better from there. Because I mean, they've run some good plays before. They have good talent. You know, just a matter of getting everyone healthy, making sure Damian Williams gets vaccinated. You know, doing all that, and then just kind of seeing what you can do. We don't have a first pick this year, but I mean, hey, sacrifice there for Fields. You know, we knew this was a long run thing. Just do the best you can. I mean, it's really all I can say. But the Packers game overall, about as I expected. I had some good moments out of it, so it was a success. But work to be done. You know, definitely not a great performance from Fields. Not a great performance from the team in general, but just keep moving. One thing I will say though is Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn. Okay, Mack is he's always been a PFF darling. He had the highest PFF grade last year out of every edge rusher, and his sack he didn't really get many sacks, but he just disrupted a lot on the front seven. But this year, him and Quinn, I think combined have 14 sacks or something. I don't even remember. Some insane number through week 6. They've just been murdering everything they can. And even Travis Gibson, because he's going to be starting this week now that Quinn's out. He's been really good too. So the edges, look out for them if you're going to look out for something this week. They're really good against the Packers. So I'm just, fingers crossed, hoping for some good performances. Just salvage what you can, I guess. But overall, that's my thoughts on the matchup, I guess.
Yeah. On the other hand, I mean, so what are your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers' comments?
Oh yeah, no, dude, that guy, he gotta calm down, dude. I don't know how the hell that dude still gets support from Packers fans after he just airs the whole team for 6 months and then just decides to be like, you know what, man, I was at a bad place. I shouldn't have done this. No shit, you shouldn't have done this, dude. Okay, maybe just don't do it in the first place. Maybe just be a rational decision maker and just actually talk this out with Gutekunst. Because I almost promise you, he's not looking at his best quarterback in franchise history and be like, man, wouldn't it just be so awesome if we ran this dude out of town? Wouldn't that just be so great? I don't think he's doing that. Okay, and then he's just going off with his last dance shit, and then he's just doing this. I still own you after he sees 2 people flipping the bird at him. Grow up, dude. Okay, I don't know. I think the best part of it was I got a mini dome out of it. I quote it and used the I still template. Told him I still talk to my parents. So I got that out of it at least.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I honestly, dude, that would be so chills if, like, in 15 years, Dak's just in Philadelphia and goes, "I still own you." Like, dude, that would be, I'd fucking love that.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a Packers fan and he says that 2 years ago, I lose my shit. But dude, he's just done so much to like destroy his reputation with the team.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not even sure I would like him if I were a Packers fan. I would just be like, I just do not care what happens this year with this guy. I'm just waiting for Jordan Love to arrive. But as long as he's good, no one really cares. So I guess
Dude,
he got that going for him.
dude, the thing that I found funny, I heard this, like, Aaron Rodgers, you can't claim to own the city of Chicago and their misery. That's the McCaskies' job.
He's not wrong, but they're tag teaming it. So
Fair enough. I guess we'll move on now. So we can move off your pain. We don't need to continue with that.
I've recovered everything.
Remember, the Bulls are 3-0. Okay.
Yes, sure. We'll get in that later, but
Yeah.
let's go. Let's go.
Baltimore statement win just absolutely demolishes the Chargers.
Yeah, this is my other prediction I got wrong. I was like, Chargers, because I've just not been going against the Chargers ever. I just remembered that the Ravens like actually have a really good team.
Yeah, the
So
thing about the Ravens is
bad
they
stuff,
were
bad
cutting
stuff.
it close a lot of the time. So I was thinking, yeah, I feel like the Chargers are good enough to not just to not lose that close game. Instead, the Ravens are like, we're just gonna blow them out. We won't make this a contest, and they really shut down the Chargers, who were riding with, like, I think, a borderline top 5 offense in football, and the Ravens defense did such a good job that after the end of the weekend, they were not ranked in the top 10.
Oh my god.
Held them to 9 points. The Ravens just dominated. Lamar Jackson continues to cement an MVP case. With all those injuries, you can't help to think that Harbaugh himself also has a case.
That's
Coach of
true.
the year?
Yes, for Coach of the Year.
Yeah. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. He's always up there for me, but especially this year, you know, definitely putting the or definitely, putting the cake mix together to say the least with that game.
Yeah. And the Ravens have looked good. They've definitely been the best team in the AFC so far. I mean,
Yeah, you could say that after the game will mention a little bit.
yeah,
At least that game was close, man.
that's true. If I think about it right now, and I feel like, when the time comes, when the postseason comes down, we're gonna look at the Ravens and the other team, the Bills, and we're gonna look at them as the cream of the crop, and those are the ones you're looking to beat when the time comes. I mean, both are playing excellently. Lamar Jackson, I mean, he's showing that once the Ravens pay him, that he's still gonna carry that team to success. I mean, 'cause the injuries are kind of a preview to that. Um,
Mhm.
but on the Chargers side, it was I was still like that they went for fourth down on ballsy plays. Their defense actually held well on some instances, but feel feel like that it was less that they made those calls and more that they just couldn't get it done on offense. I mean, the Ravens really held well in coverage from what I saw, stuffed the run well. I mean, and they just dominated. Um, Does anyone have anything else to say about that game, really?
No,
No,
not really. I mean, he pretty much summed it up pretty well.
All right. Speaking of the cream of the crop in their conference, the Arizona Cardinals have continued to show why they've been, the only undefeated team left in the NFL, absolutely sticking it to the Browns. Browns were held to, I believe, 14 points. Baker, of course, playing hurt. A lot of the offense being injured, but at the same time, wow, what a victory. Kyler continues to have a rivaling MVP case of his own, and we'll talk about the third player with the case in a bit. But very, very big statement from the Cardinals. I mean, really, the question now is, can anyone get them in the NFC? We'll see soon. I mean, in 2 weeks, they're going to have a game against the Packers, who have been in excellent form after the week one in humiliation. But it's going to be interesting. What are you guys kind of thinking with the Cards here? Are they the class of the NFC, or is this a mirage?
They've surprised me. I'll put it that way. It's hard to say they're the class because, like, once you get this hot, there comes a certain point where like even in the worst case scenario, you're buoyed by this. So,
Yeah,
class of the NFC. I mean, we still got 11 games. We still got like 11 games to go for every team. But I mean, at the end of the day, like 6-0 is a lot for at this point in the season.
yes,
And just going by their team specifics, Kyler's been like he's progressed again. I mean, they just got a lot of stuff working for them, and they don't really have and even like their standout guys like Hopkins have kind of almost taken a bit of a back seat in a lot of these games to just kind of let the whole team thrive, and they've just been working really well together. It's hard for me to see like this being the class of the NFC, but at the same time, the Niners I feel like are still kind of are in a little bit of a lull right now. The Seahawks lost Russ
I think the Seahawks are
lost
done.
Russ for a while. Yeah, they might be out of the playoff picture completely. So a lot of that's looking in their favor for now. I mean, Packers are going to be a tough matchup, no question. They Bucks obviously they have stuff to prove, and of course the Cowboys. But like I feel like they have stuff to prove. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think they've proven themselves a solid, like maybe plausibly top 3 team in the NFC.
Yeah,
It's honestly hard, for the class of the NFC, right? I'm really it's really for me Arizona. Tampa Bay has also been exceptionally good. I'll have to say, Tom Brady has been, he's leading the league in passing right now. The just overall the Bucks offense has been very good. You know who else who's had a really good offense? Dallas. Every I'm thinking it's hard to say because definitely in terms of defense, the Cardinals are very good, and that's in terms of really their turnovers, the ability to create turnovers and the ability to get stacks. In terms of total defense, I don't think they're top 5 in the league. Like in terms of yards allowed in a game or yards per game, I don't think they're top 5. I got to check on that, but it's hard for me. I can't really say they're except like 100% honestly for me the cream of the crop. Not yet, at least.
yeah.
I mean, the NFC has got a lot of really good teams, but I don't know. The Cardinals they're looking pretty. I mean, they've proven themselves against tougher competition. I mean, they still have to match up against the Rams. You still have to match up against the Packers. You still have to match up against some of these teams. But at the same time, they've got a lot riding for them that they didn't have before, and carrying them to a 6-0 record. I'm not sure. I feel like everyone's going to kind of act be a little bit pessimistic with it, and for good reason. But I mean, hey, you gotta commend it, and you gotta at least mention the possibility that this is a step in the right direction for them, kind of like what the Ravens were in 2019.
Absolutely. I mean, they are absolutely defining all expectations, and I think it's almost a guarantee that Cliff Kingsbury gets resigned, and he was one of the coaches going into the season that a lot of people had in their hot seat. I think he's definitely getting a contract, or
Yeah, I agree.
he's safer now. But
I totally agree.
it's nice to see that the Cardinals are. This is a weird time for the Cardinals right now. This is they're relevant.
Yeah,
They're really
they had
good.
a really weird rebuild, and it really goes to show how things can change so quickly. Because their rebuild went through a lot. Like they drafted two quarterbacks in a row, and the latter of whom is now one of the best in the league, obviously. But they went through a lot of change over the past even just 3 years. And it's all really worked out in the end for them.
Yeah.
So good.
Salt's away right now. We'll have to move on to the. We'll
Yeah,
have to talk
yeah.
about the Cowboys game a little bit.
Wait, what do we got next on docket? Let's go to the Titans game, Link, because this is up your alley. No, this is your time to shine.
Yeah, it was.
Acting like the Braves can win the but whatever.
Honestly, yeah, I get that. But Titans game. This is Monday night on prime time. You know, honestly, it was the game I expected from Tennessee going up against a high class opponent. This is what usually the Titans do against a big time opponent. Kansas City in 2019 was a great example. Also, Pittsburgh 2020. Really putting up a very good effort against very good competition. This was no exception. Even though, I don't know, just watching the game, I don't know if it was just me, but I felt like we should have lost this game, and we probably should have. But it felt the score. Really, I think it should have just been Buffalo winning by touchdown. There were I will say, Buffalo had two examples of just not being able to finish out a drive and having to settle for field goals. So yeah, Ryan Tannehill. I mean, he started out pretty slow, but he started picking up at the latter half of the game. Derrick Henry did what everyone thought he would do tonight, and or not tonight, but Monday night, and just had himself a game. 20 carries, 143 yards on 3 touchdowns, including one 70-yard, a 70-yard run that got the fans excited, which that's always exciting to see. But
Yeah,
the game,
really good.
the game came down to the wire, really down to the wire. It literally was decided by 1 yard at the end of the game.
I mean, one field goal separated them, or not like a score of a field goal separated them.
Yeah, and Buffalo was about to drive down the field with under. I think it was a 4th and 1 situation at our.
Oh yeah,
at our at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, that's
Josh
ridiculous.
Allen goes for the sneak. Jeffrey Simmons gets right to him. They don't get the 4th. They don't get the conversion. And we won the game. It was
why not go for the field goal there though? That's my I get the 4th and 1. You can win the game, but I mean you're in a good position to win already. You're the Bills. This isn't you're gonna get pummeled in OT or anything. Kind of I don't know. I feel like just why not just take it?
Maybe
there's an element to this I'm missing, but
I think it was smart to go for it. It's just that Allen slipped, and that's what happened.
If I didn't mention, so when they went for it, they had 22 seconds left, and they were on our 3-yard line. So I think you had.
Okay. So you kind of have to go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with that, and that was a really good. I get that because that was a very. That's what most of the post game discussion was about on ESPN. Was why go for it? Why'd they go for it? But I mean, it makes sense. But they just like I said, it just a miracle happened, and that's how Tennessee won the ball game. We have improved to 4-2. Buffalo falls to 4-2, but this really doesn't take away anything from the Bills. I think this just adds more to the Tennessee Titans than it really takes away from Buffalo.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
because that was a big problem going into the Tennessee.
It's just
game.
A great show by 2 great teams.
Yeah. The game, the real, the last big game we had where we won the season was against Seattle on the road. But, it was, and then we played the Colts, Jets, and Jaguars. We were kind of needing that really quality win to put us back on the spotlight in the AFC. And this was that win.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to Seattle versus Pittsburgh?
We should talk about the game before Sunday night, I would say.
Yeah, we're waiting on that.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
The Cowboys went to New England, and it was an ugly game, but we came out with the win. A lot of turnovers, unfortunately. Very weird game. We went for it on fourth in our own territory, backfired. Patriots got the opening touchdown. We responded there, and I mean, Dak played like an MVP. McCarthy, awful coached game. Really questionable calls all around. Officiating wasn't great. I mean, they did kind of help us in overtime, but this game should not have gone into overtime as they did not even bother going to review an obvious uh, touchdown call um, on third down, and we fumbled on the next play. Overall, red zone execution was not on point like it had been the past few weeks. But we were able to come out with the win. I mean, it was a song and dance of just the talent on the team bailing out a pretty bad head coach. Something that that needs to change in the postseason when if we even get there. I mean, we have a very good chance, but health permitting is the important thing. Um, Dak Prescott, once again, another name I was mentioning that MVP conversation, had a game to really cement his hat there to show why that he deserves that shout. Because in the end, he's the one playing. He's the reason why the Cowboys are this good. CeeDee Lamb had a great game, went off, got the walk off. Trevon Diggs, the ever
Got
controversial.
fined too.
Yeah, the ever controversial Trevon Diggs got a pick six and then got quote unquote burnt for a touchdown. In reality, he was playing I believe I'm trying to think of the body positioning here. It's the inside or the outside shoulder. He was playing lower because he was expecting that a safety Demonte KZ is going to take a not stupid route, and so Mac Jones' throw would be in double coverage, but instead Diggs gets laughed at for making the right play and expecting a safety to fulfill a double coverage, because if he takes the angle that Jones was going to, hypothetically, um, and it would basically be that him and the safety would be hitting up the same point, but if Jones threw it a little more behind, I'm not describing it too well because I'm just it's been a long night, but uh if he throws it to the spot that Diggs was covering in reality, then that's still a catch because both the corner and the safety would have been putting their focus on keeping the ball off somewhere else, and so he he made the right play there. KZ just needs to be better.
He was just stuck between a rock and a hard place, basically.
Yeah. We talk. I mean, but CD, great game. I mean, the offensive line did well in some moments, but Randy Gregory pass rushing, amazing. I got a big fumble strip sack from Mac Jones. That was a momentum saver. Um, but in the end, it was the Dak show that won, and Dak just another phenomenal game, showing why that he has some legitimacy in this year's MVP conversation, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes. But yeah, the Cowboys' big statement victory, I guess, in New England, showing that even when things can get rough, that their quarterback can do it. And honestly, if you're asking me, he is my MVP. I would say that in this year alone, he has been the best in the league. And he's he's definitely silencing what little doubters there is left. Um, at this point, man, if you're one of those, the Cowboys could be good with an average quarterback kind of guy. Come on, man, it's not 2017 anymore. Let's learn some
Yeah, no,
ball.
I was gonna say if you're a Dak hater in 2021, then
Come
man,
on,
you must have been you must have been left. You must have just come out of some like 5 years ago crap or something.
yeah,
You're
man,
just blindly hating at that point. It's like,
yeah, man. Like like your football analysis, if you hate Dak in 2021, is as good as Corey Seager's ability to feel the ball.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
That means that's not good. Yes, I'm mad at Corey Seager. Who cares? But yeah, good win. I mean, the Patriots, Mac Jones, he played well. Um, our defense, I mean, once again, it looks like it's baby steps forward because obviously with how bad it was this year, you can't really expect it to be the most amazing at stopping offenses on traditional routes, but really relied on the turnovers to come up with stops. It has all year, but honestly, good because turnovers are good. Um, but yeah, just a great overall victory there. Very proud. We're on a bye week. Good timing because there's something Dak maybe having a small injury. But he should be back for the next game. It's gonna be at Minnesota. Will be fun. Um, just great. And I guess we can go on Seattle and Pittsburgh. If anyone else wants to take it away, go ahead. As I think this was during the NLCS, so I was not able to watch that game in full.
Yeah, I wasn't watching very much either. And weren't any of us.
I think I was channel surfing when like the NLCS was on. Also, like I was just flipping through it when it went to commercial. Pittsburgh managed to pull this win out for.
I can't believe Seattle kept it close, man. Geno Smith starting from in 2021 against Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh only wins by 3. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it went to overtime. Pittsburgh got it done in overtime. It was just really, I don't really have much to comment on it. I mean, this was
It was a really boring game.
this is a Wilson or not Wilson or Wilson-less Seahawks team, and this is a Steelers team who are also have some key injuries. So, yeah. Just really like nothing super big there. So, Steelers got the win though because they just had to.
Yeah, TJ Watt with a big strip sack at the end in their territory. Big kick there, but yeah, I guess none of us really saw it. Not too much to say. I guess we'll move on to just predictions for next week. Not much to talk with the other games. But I guess just to review the score lines, the Rams schooled the Giants, the Vikings beat the Panthers in an overtime game, the Colts beat the Texans, Chiefs beat Washington, Bengals took care of the Lions, the Raiders beat the Broncos. But next week,
The Lions are just sad, man.
this is true. Poor Campbell. Browns beat the Broncos already, so you can't predict that. All right. Chiefs, Titans, in Tennessee. Who are we picking here?
I'm going with what happened last time the Chiefs visited Tennessee. Tennessee will have to block field goal, but they're going to win. Give me Tennessee.
All right. This is a
I'm
close
going with
one.
like a very pessimistic Chiefs here because they've been playing like shit compared to where they should be right now. But they're the Chiefs, so I feel like if I go against them now, they're just gonna win by 30.
I'm going to go with. I feel like I might contradict my actual pool pick with my pick here. So I'm going to say the Titans, but the Chiefs can very well do it. They have the talent too. Next up, we have Washington at Green Bay. I don't think any of us doubt that Green Bay are going to win this.
No,
Link. Link. His may have a technical thing. I'm also going with Green Bay here. Yeah.
Looks like it is.
Yeah, it looks like Lynx might have a bit of an issue here.
Hello?
Yeah,
All
now
right,
we
all
can
right.
hear it.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I can
Go
hear.
here again.
Green.
I heard Washington at Green Bay. I picked Green Bay.
All right. Ravens Bengals. Who are we taking here?
Ooh, the
Give me-
Bengals have been good.
They have been.
I
but
went Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens.
I don't know. I feel like Ravens are finally getting momentum, and once they get momentum, they're pretty hard to stop. And the Bengals are really good too. Like Jamar has just
The
been
Bengals are
he's
really good.
literally been the best possible. Well, I mean, they're good. They're decent.
I
They're
would say
pretty
they're
good.
But I want to say this: the Chargers are really good, and look what the fucking Ravens did to them.
Yeah, exactly. And Jamar, I think has been about like as good as you could possibly ask for a player in a situation. But I don't know. I just feel like the Ravens, this matchup's looking in their favor. I feel like their momentum's getting in their favor. I think this is a good time to really go ahead, take it from.
Yeah, I'll pick
I don't know.
Baltimore.
Yeah. Giants hosting the Panthers. Who are we going with here?
I went with the Giants because the Panthers are just done.
I'm still gonna go with the Panthers. I think they can do it.
I'm done. I'm done with the Panthers, man. I'm finished. I'm good.
This is
I'm
their
all
last
for it.
chance to salvage the narrative, man. I'm gonna put a little bit of faith left in him.
I hated picking this matchup because I hate both of these teams going into this week. But I feel like if the Giants beat the Panthers, this is it. I'm not picking the Panthers the rest of the year.
Fair enough.
No.
But I don't know. I just feel like I just kind of want to go Giants here. I think the Panthers have just lost a lot of momentum, and the Giants lost DJ, which really sucks. But I don't think it's going to take that much to beat the Panthers.
Give me the Giants too. Tell you what, Sam Darnold just fell off. Like the first 3 weeks,
Yeah.
he was good, and then he's just. Plus, I think
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think there's another big injury for Carolina. Stephon Gilmore, that's who I was thinking.
Gilmore and McCaffrey. Did you say McCaffrey?
Yeah, McCaffrey.
Oh, J.C. Horn.
I know.
Well, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they're so done. They're so done.
Yeah. I guess now we've picked that. Falcons at Dolphins.
Yeah.
Dude, can I just choose neither and just move on and take the Alpha this week? I don't want to do this.
Falcons win.
I don't even know who I said for this, honestly. I might not have just written it down. Who was it again? Falcons versus I don't even care.
Dolphins.
Oh, Dolphins? I think I said
team
Dolphins.
on the downward spiral right now.
I really should have said Falcons, though, because Falcons are going to cream them.
Oh, yeah, I feel like
they're going to cream them handedly by a score of nothing.
Yeah. All right. How about Eagles?
I'm changing mine to Falcons. I don't care. It's not too late. I'm changing it.
Jets at Patriots. Falcons. Any doubts on New England here or
Jets at
No.
Patriots win.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Eagles at Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Yep.
Yeah. Not gonna disagree with you there.
Are we gonna doubt that the Rams will take down the Lions here?
Nope.
The Rams will win by. I'll predict.
Dan's gonna start 0-7.
What's the
tanking for Sam Howell? Let's go. My Lions.
Let me look at that line spread.
What's here?
I'm looking. All right. Let's see what the spread is. Okay. The spread is -16.
They're giving him a fair shot. Huh.
Yeah, it doesn't. Speaking of games that are going to look like ridiculous blowouts, and we want to let's check the spread on that. Texans at Cardinals. Any doubts on the Cardinals?
Yeah.
The Cardinals are going to win.
Yeah, this is the Davis Mills breakout game where he throws 4 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Dude, if that, I mean, I know you're predicting that sarcastically, but if that actually happens, man, like, just pretend to
No,
own
dude,
it.
if that actually happens, I'm like not doing this podcast anymore. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm like I'm retiring. I'm retiring. I'm good. I'm just gonna retire from watching sports. Actually, I'm just like this is the last you guys are hearing from me if that happens.
All right. The spread for that game is 18. So yeah, that's wild.
That's a good one to take. Yeah.
Buccaneers hosting the Bears. Oh my God! Can did this league just decide to throw the shit matchups at us all in one day?
Well, it is
Yeah,
week.
no,
It
this
is
week I
week
felt
7.
so bad predicting this week, dude. I was like, I don't want to do this.
All right.
No,
Yeah.
the Bucks will cream us.
Bucks.
Especially this is at home too. They're gonna this is
This is
Bucks
their
win.
revenge for the
it's
Trubisky game
over.
a few years ago.
Yeah, and when Nick Foles beat them, they're never living that down, man. I don't even care. I don't think of them as the Super Bowl champions. I think of them as the team that lost to Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bucks are gonna win.
All right.
Yeah,
Colts
no,
at
Bucks will cream us.
Niners.
Bucks are gonna cream us.
Colts at
Colts
Niners.
at Niners.
I give me the Niners.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm going Niners.
Yeah, Niners.
Niners are Niners are not like I feel like both of them are in pretty similar positions right now. I don't know, but I'm just feeling the Niners
Can
here.
we please flex the Russell Wilson lacking Seahawks off primetime, please? Saints at Seahawks.
Oh yeah,
I just realized Colts Niners is the Sunday night. Yeah, well,
Yeah. Give me
it's
this.
Sunday night. Oh my god, dude.
Give me the
roast.
Saints beating the Seahawks though.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah,
Saints
same,
beat
same, same,
Seattle.
same.
All right. So now that we have that done, I guess that's football. We could. So now let's just give a little bit of time to ice hockey and basketball. Which one you want to go with first here?
We could probably go basketball.
Yeah, let's go basketball. Now we're not going to. We haven't really. We didn't really do a proper preview, but hey man, the Bulls are good now. 3-0, baby.
Let's
Uh,
go. I mean, they've been playing some pretty dog shit teams, but
it,
this team's really jiving. They're scoring. They're scoring a lot. You know,
it's
they're
been
doing really
convincing.
well.
It's been
Yeah,
convincing, boys.
exactly.
Um,
Their
Hey,
bench needs to
Grizzly.
get better for sure, but like they got a lot of stuff working.
some promising pieces on the bench like Green and Caruso, though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, no, Crusoe's great. Green's been really solid.
That
I
long.
still think Troy Brown Jr. is the guy. Is a decent backup small forward. I mean, people are hating on him already, but like I don't know. I still got my hopes in him.
Yeah.
But they just kind of gotta. I think what's really going to be the statement win to start the year is if they beat the Knicks. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, we gotta go and beat them. Levine off to a great start. Down game today, but his scoring start's been good. But Lonzo Ball, man, whoo,
Yeah.
he's been great.
Oh yeah. Like that triple double game was insane.
That lob to Caruso,
That's like in the
though.
career highlights. Oh, that was beautiful, bro.
Oh
Like
my
literally, I
God.
was at the game. Like everyone stood up. Everyone was going wild at the same the same time. It's just like it's like what it's like when being in a walk off homer where we're like it feels like everyone gets up at the same time and they all just lose their minds. That's like what happened.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. But yeah, a lot going right. The starters are jiving so well. I mean, even Vooch, he's been like, I mean, he's not scoring 25 a night, but he's getting a lot of boards. He's setting screens, and he's getting used to a facilitator. He's like what they like. This is gonna sound kind of weird to say because he's getting some good money, and I feel like the scoring is gonna come. But he's like what they thought Wendell would be at the start of last year, what they were kind of hoping to mold him into, but it just didn't really work out. And now they got that going pretty well so far in Booch. So just kind of keeping that going. Yeah, that works. So they're doing really
Yeah.
well. So thumbs up, keeping spirits high going after a 3-0 start. Only 3-0 team basketball, might I add. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still the only 3-0 team, but they were when I checked. They
Um.
were when my so yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Just yeah, really good start. I'm very happy. But I guess Just great start. The UCLA backcourt and the USC front court, something I know is kind of cool.
Oh yeah. That is awesome.
Good start to the year. Hopefully we're going to see a scoring uptick from Patrick Williams sooner rather
Wait,
than
well,
later.
he's still in his role well. He's still in his role well
Yeah,
enough.
exactly.
I
He's
mean, like,
he's the least relied
yeah,
upon for scoring. That's just the thing. So it's normal that
exactly. He's kind of just fitting into his like kind of just a development role so far. I'm not really expecting much more, so I'm not going to
yeah,
overreact to
of
anything
course, but you still
right
want to
now.
see that.
But
You still want to see that just for the hell of it. But Link,
exactly, yeah.
Grizzlies just beat the Clippers. How are you feeling about them so far this year?
Morant leads the NBA in points per game right now, so that's very nice. That probably won't last long, but you know, yeah. I mean, the Grizzlies had they played Cleveland their opening night, had a good solid victory there. I think we played. Trying to remember here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we played. We play the Lakers today because it's after midnight on what we're recording. Hopefully, we can beat the Lakers because wouldn't that be funny?
Yes, they've been up to a rough start.
Lakers are like the 0-7 after or no the 0-8 after Caruso stats hilarious
Yeah, it's insane.
for Caruso left. Yeah. Lakers are just they. They're. I mean, I've said it. I mean, I'm going to say this till the end of time. Their front office has no idea what they're doing. They just play. They just they're the executives for the Los Angeles Lakers, so they have half of the NBA at their doorsteps with baked goods begging to be on their roster.
Yeah,
So
really the Grizzlies
that's their
these
downfall.
first two games really relying heavily on their starters. The bench has, the bench are in,
Mm-hmm.
other than like Anderson in the Cleveland game, like none of the players on the bench have had a double-digit points game so far. But it's very small sample size. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta take it as you go. I guess.
But yeah, kind of just looking there at the NBA. I mean, it's been a nice start. I mean, kind of looking at the other big indoor sport, the NHL. So, Link, how's it going for the Preds?
oh, how's it going for the Preds? Yeah, it's already been a struggle. We have one win against Los Angeles.
Wait, you have
Other
a
than that,
win? How fortunate!
yeah.
Oh my
Other
god,
than
dude! Don't
that,
even remind me, man. I went to Hawks and Bulls games back to back, and it was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, except reverse order. Mr. Hyde turns into Dr. Jekyll at night.
Yeah. Oh God, man!
That was a disaster, dude. Oh my god, the Blackhawks are such a shit show. Like literally no one is surprised by this. And I still people still think this team is really good. Like people still think this team is like really solid at their best. Like this team is just really mid. And right now they're awful. So, I'm not surprised. I don't really care, man, at this point. There is literally no further low point that this Blackhawks front office can reach. And I just should not so I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fleury's been awful. Lankinen's been awful. Offense been awful. Defense
This
been
is the
awful.
stat. The Blackhawks are 0-4-1 and been outscored 17-3 at 5-on-5 and get booed off the ice for the second straight game. Oh my God.
Nice. There you go. At least we're playing the Red Wings, so hopefully we'll do. If we lose, yeah, no, we're gonna get smoked by them. What am I saying?
Yeah.
But, I
Great.
did go to the. Man, wasn't that a fun experience at the Hurricanes game on Saturday where it was just miserable to watch? A lot of the passes just went nowhere. Carolina, it was just like the game. It was just like the series against Carolina in the playoffs in May, where guess what? They spent way too much time in our zone, and guess what happens when you do that? You don't have time to score, and that's exactly what happened against Carolina. Who knew?
Yeah.
But yeah, we lost a pretty bad game against Winnipeg tonight. It's nice being at the bottom of the Central, but then again, I mean, the Preds are, in terms of hot starts, we've never had one of those before, except for like that one time in like I think it was 07, no, I think it was 06 or something, where like we just won we won 14 out of our first 17. But yeah, Preds hockey.
Yeah.
At least we have a win though.
Um,
Yeah, man. At least you have a
Hey,
win.
at least y'all aren't.
At least your team. At least your team isn't hugging the cap to be 0-4-1, and
without their first
be
round
perfectly
pick.
content with coaching and front office and everything. Yeah, also don't have a first round pick. You know, also just we're living life, man. This is like prime, dude. I thank God that I'm just not a primary Blackhawks fan. Like Blackhawks, they're like my third/fourth team. For me, the Bears and Blackhawks are pretty close together. So
Okay, like
I'm
your
fortunate enough
investment in
to.
them is like like the same as like
No. Okay, well,
like
I'm
you're
not
not
like a
as
ritual.
invested in them as you are as like the Cubs. Is just my point.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just fortunate that the Cubs at least have like a competent like front office and like actually good like coaching and everything. Unlike the Blackhawks, who are just who've reached the bottom of the barrel so many times over the last 5 years that they do nothing more to surprise me.
Yeah.
Like this is just like they deserve to go 4-1. They really do, man. Like there's a stage that I partook in watching them get pummeled. That's just all against Stan Bowman.
Man, Stan Bowman, fuck him. Oh god, just fuck him.
Hey, y'all have favorable.
No, he's so bad, man. He's so bad. Like he makes so many bad
And then he's
the
also a piece
Panarin
of shit.
trade. Yeah, let's ignore him being a piece of shit for a second.
Talk
Let's
about
just
him being
pretend he's the nice. Let's just pretend he's
just
a
being a
Nobel
bad
Prize
GM,
winner,
you know.
okay? He's a Nobel Prize winner, and maybe I'm not giving him the death penalty. Okay, but I'm sure as shit banning that guy from ever entering the United Center ever again. You know, I'm sure as hell making sure he doesn't step foot in the country again. I'm sure as hell making sure that everyone knows that he traded Artemi Panarin for Brandon Saad, unironically, and he wouldn't trade Patrick Kane. Like, first of all, Panarin, I don't care. Panarin's better than Patrick Kane right now. Okay, I don't care. Okay, so
I
like
mean,
we're living free, we're living high, we're living good on that.
I mean,
And then
yeah.
he's like, man, we need defense. Yo, let me just get Seth Jones real quick. Let me
Yeah,
just get
let's
Seth
just
Jones
not
from off
get
his
Dougie
worst season.
Hamilton, you know.
And then let me just sign him to this quick 8-year extension for $80 million. And then just like let me real quickly trade Adam Boqvist and give up our 2 first for him. Oh no, a pick swap first because I forgot about how good Nolan Allen is. I always said his name wrong. I don't even care. Doug doesn't deserve his name right.
Yeah. Nolan Allen, a guy that was like a 3rd-round projection.
Dude, he wasn't even a 3rd-round projection, man. That guy was like a fringe draft projection.
Yeah. Like,
Holy shit. Like, how is it possibly this terrible? The worst part is that Stan, after he makes a really colossally terrible move, makes a bunch of good moves to, like, have everyone almost forget about it a little bit.
just
Like,
a
trading
tiny
for
bit.
Fleury, trade for Johnson.
Yeah, you know, little
All these silently, sneakily good moves that just help sprinkle, help add some joy to the shitstorm that he partook in.
Yeah. Just it's not been good. But yeah, I guess anything else anyone got to say
I
about
ranted about the Blackhawks too much. I apologize.
anyone? No, dude, it's good. Like I was thinking, saying stuff, you're fucking nailing it. I'm like, man, I just got nothing to say now. I mean,
Yeah.
but if anyone has anything else to say about the NHL, go ahead. If not,
Where's Austin Matthews at?
I wonder that myself too. The Leafs have really struggled to start the year. So have the Habs.
So I think the Habs are just full on committing the tank. Though I think like
Yeah.
Toronto, they're doing it accidentally. Like they're accidentally like, especially tonight, they lost 7-1 against Pittsburgh. Like Christ, it was bad for them. Chicago's doing pretty bad, but y'all are tied with Arizona for the worst in the division because Arizona is still bad.
Oh yeah,
Oh
but
yeah, Arizona
Arizona's trying to
sucks.
be bad. We're trying to be good.
Yeah,
We
but
suck.
Arizona's not hugging the salary cap link, so
This is true. It's funny. They debut these. They're throwing back to that. They're
oh no, you know what? Actually, no, no, this reminds me. You know what the best part about this is like the quote. I forgot who said this. I forgot where this quote came from exactly. I could easily find it though. Is where they're like, oh, they're not panicking about this. Like 0-3 and like this is before they lost the fourth game or the fifth game. They're not panicking about this 0-3-1 start. Maybe if it's 20 games, we'll start panicking. Like they just throw out that arbitrary number to just be like, maybe if we're losing more over just this point because like we obviously just really truly believe in this team getting like going on a 10 game winning streak. Like they just throw out these arbitrary numbers to just they just have no idea what the hell they're doing. Like they should just go out to the media and just say, I have no idea what the hell we're doing. Okay, I just traded for Seth Jones because I thought he looked good and I liked his brother. Okay, I got Marc-Andre Fleury because I think he has a cool name and he was nice to me. Okay, just say that. Okay, please.
Yeah.
I'm
At
good
least
with
y'all are
it.
losers with the home. Arizona may have a home.
That's true.
They're once again like wondering where they're gonna play in these next few years because dude, I'm.
Are they gonna get another name
Just
change?
contract Arizona. They changed their logo to the Kachina one, the one that they had like when they first started out, when they stole Winnipeg's franchise, just to try to be relevant.
Are they gonna get like another name change if they move again though?
Most likely.
Oh man.
Like this, it's either like they move or they just like. I have a feeling they may contract. Like I feel like there's at one point no other city's gonna want them. There's gonna contract. I know this is gonna be probably a bad move on the NHL's part because they just expanded to 32 teams, but like that may have to happen.
Yeah. I guess we could kind of go on now to the bonuses. Link, do you got anything?
Yeah. When's the last time we? I'm trying to remember. Like last time we didn't do a
bonus.
bonus
Yes,
myth.
we were.
So like I have
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot to catch up on in my one topic that I discussed. So let's see here. I think last time I talked about Las Vegas. In between that now, Bubba Wallace got his first win. Very good for in a rain shortened Talladega race. A very good win for him, just for the team in general, and just good overall win just for the sport itself. This is the first African American to win a race since Wendell Scott, and I think it was 19. It was in the 60s. I remember that. But like, really good win for him. Just a good win for 23XI team in general. And then the Roval happened at Charlotte. Tempers flared between Chase Elliott and Kevin Harvick. And by the way, people like give like shit to like the Lakers, like, oh, the NBA just favors them. They use I swear to God, there's just blatant favoritism in terms of Chase Elliott. Like, his bumper was literally almost off his car, and he made no attempt to go down pit road and fix it. They should have black flagged him, but no. What do? They wait until the caution comes out. It was race manipulation. That's what it was. And what do you know? They got it fixed and they got back on the restart to end up. I think they finished in the top 15, which they shouldn't have. Should have finished a lap down. But that's just bogus in general. But other than that, Charlotte Reddick almost got he was driving his ass off. Had some contact with Byron, but Larson won. Yeah, blah blah blah. And then Texas happened. That was awful. It felt like the race didn't want to end the race. I think they had 5 cautions in the last 20 laps. Kyle Larson won that one too. Tyler Reddick finishes. I think he finished in 8th. He should have finished 2nd, but he just drove his car he was just driving it too hard, and he ended up losing spots and just making dumb moves. But yeah, Kansas is tomorrow, which should be it should be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me.
But yeah, I mean, I guess for me, not much to say. El Clasico is tomorrow in soccer, and the Formula One race is going to be in America, so that's going to be cool. Other than that, not much else to say. But yeah, I mean, this was a good one. Thank you guys for coming in and listening. So, and yeah, see you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Later.